What's good, YouTube? Fairdale Kings coming back at you again with another EA Sports College Football 25 video. Today, we're going to continue with our coaches breakdown. This is going to be part 2 of the series. We left off with Stanford. Make sure that you guys hit like and subscribe, comment down below. Let me know how you guys feel. Of course, I just changed the swag. We're now wearing SMU. The Mustangs just joined the ACC conference officially on July 1st. So they are the official new member. I know that Stanford and Cal can officially join the conference on August 2nd, even though media was going crazy yesterday. Welcome to the conference. The only team that has officially joined the ACC as of right now is SMU. So being that I'm a University of Louisville fan, we play in the ACC. SMU's coming to Louisville this season. I wanted to formally welcome SMU to the conference, thus I'm wearing their swag in this video. Anyway, let's get into it. We spent a lot of time, 20 minutes on the last video, so let's go ahead and get back into this deep dive and talk about, coaching and Dynasty. So how do you climb the coaching ladder? Your journey starts when you sign your first coach contract. When creating your dynasty, you will have the option to select whether you want to be a head coach, offensive coordinator, or defensive coordinator. Coordinators have performance expectations just like head coaches. All roles will have full control of recruiting and be able to play both sides of the ball during gameplay. Every time you start a new head coaching job, you'll be asked to sign a contract with that school. That contract will have a set contract length and performance expectations. Just like in real life, failure to meet any of those expectations will result in bad things happening. Right now, we've got a side bet in one of my dynasties that we're going to be playing in whether or not, one of our members is going to get fired and what the over-under is if he's going to be fired within 3 years. Right now, I think we're all going with the under. He'll more likely choose Notre Dame. He's a huge Notre Dame fan, and he sucks. So anyway, that's a running joke in ours. We expect and anticipate he's going to get fired pretty quickly at his dream job. Anyway, so school expectations are determined by the school's current team prestige and program standing. The better the school, the higher the expectations, obviously. There are 4 types of contract expectations. 1, you have to win X amount of games. 2, win a conference championship. 3, make the college football playoff. And 4, crazy expectations, but they're one of the goals, win a national championship. So your job security will fluctuate throughout the season based on the results of your games and whether or not you are trending towards meeting your contract expectations. The further you are from meeting your expectations, the bigger your job security will be hit. If your job security gets too low, you will end up on the hot seat, and if your seat gets too hot, you'll be fired and have to look for a new job in the coaching carousel. Alternatively, meeting or exceeding your goal will result in increased job security. Of course, it just doesn't mean the possibility of being fired. You can always turn off user coach firing in dynasty settings as well, so you can kind of manage that too. Job security is a function of your ability to meet your contract expectations. Every win and loss counts towards those expectations. With that being said, not all wins and losses are created equal. Beating a higher ranked team will have a larger impact than beating one of the generic FCS teams. Similarly, losing to a generic FCS team is not a good look. All coaches also have a coach prestige letter grade that ranges from A+ to F. Coach prestige is reflective of your ability to meet contract expectations, adjusted for the school and role that you have. For example, meeting expectations and winning 5 games at a small school will have a significantly smaller impact than winning the SEC championship at a traditional powerhouse school. At the end of your contract, the school will evaluate whether or not they want to extend your contract based on your performance. If you are offered an extension, you will be notified that the school has decided to extend your contract and it will be automatically accepted. Don't worry, automatic acceptance of a contract extension does not mean that you're unable to change jobs. You can leave for a new job via the Coaching Carousel at any point in your contract, regardless of your current contract status. EA has decided that they want to auto-accept extensions to protect from you inadvertently changing jobs if you send past a contract extension offer without interacting with it. So by default, they're going to automatically accept your contract extension. Your current coach contract and job security status can be accessed from the Coaching tab of the Dynasty Hub. When viewing your contract, you can see your current and past job security, contract expectations, and your school's season-by-season results for the last 20 years, which that's pretty cool. They keep track of all that information and statistics. The season-by-season results will show the team's record, if there were a conference champion, and any bowl games that they won in that season. When signing your contract, you'll have the opportunity to look at the last 20 years and see the kind of program that you're taking over. Of course, your program's history will continue to update over time as you play Dynasty. And then here's a screenshot of that. So we're looking at the head coach, Mike Mueller. He's a level 1 head coach, tactician, C- prestige. Offensive scheme is spread. Defensive scheme is base 3-4. His alma mater is Oregon. He's taken over the Oregon job. Job security is safe. It says he's got a my 3-year contract going into year 1 of Dynasty. Right now, he's 0-0. His 3-year contract says, "Congratulations, Coach Mike Mueller. We're excited to offer you the position of head coach at Oregon. Your goal at Oregon is to win 9 games." So, based on what you can expect there, they got to win 9 games. And that's for 24, 25, and 26. For the duration of his contract, he's expected to win 9 games each year. As you look further at this, though, you see the graph. It's going to show you that in 2023, they went 12-2 and had a Fiesta Bowl victory, indicated by the logo right above the 2023. And then, of course, the year before that, they're 10-3, 10-4, 4-3, so on and so forth. So you can go back and review all that information. I think that's, I'm a stat geek, so I love, stuff like that for sure. Now, the Coaching Carousel. Following the 21-22 college football regular season, 2 high-profile schools in LSU and USC were looking for new coaches. Les Miles had left, and if USC, they were looking for a new coach themselves. Both schools did what nobody saw coming and hired elite coaches from other high-profile schools. Suddenly, other high-profile jobs were unexpectedly available, and the Coaching Carousel was in full effect. Of course, Brian Kelly left Notre Dame and went to LSU. And everyone knows what happens. Lincoln Riley left Oklahoma and went to USC. So that caused a domino effect, though, is you leave one job, another job's going to open up. And now you've got guys jumping ship and going to somewhere else they think where the grass is greener, and then another job opens up. So you see the trickle-down effect, how it impacts everybody. One job can impact everyone. An example this year was in college basketball. I think it was SMU job or something like that came open, and Enfield left from USC, and he went to Texas and coach, and that opened up the USC job, and everyone else started just jumping around, and then John Calipari ends up coaching at Arkansas. Go figure. Anyway, so in College Football 25, we set out to recreate the chaos that is college football coaching carousel, along with the domino effect it brings. Now, instead of happening over a single week, the coaching carousel takes place over the course of 5 weeks, from the conference championship week to the end of the bowl season. Just like the real world, additionally, the carousel is now an experience where each user can evaluate their offers without the need to wait on someone else. That way, in your multi-user online dynasty, the entire carousel experience won't be held up because you're sitting around waiting for your friend to get on and evaluate the job offer, only for them to tell you that they want to stay at their current job. So it's going to move forward. You don't have to sit there and wait for someone to make their decision. You move forward, you see a job you want, jump on it. Jump on it now. It'll be yours. So how exactly does the carousel work? Well, it kicks off during conference championship week. Like I said, during that week, all coach contracts are processed and schools determine if they want to fire, extend, or let a coach's contract expire. If your school's decided to fire or extend you, you'll receive an action item notifying you of that news, of that event. If you're the head coach, you'll be able to fire your coordinators during that week as well. More on that later. Once you advance the week and arrive in your bowl season, the first round of job offers goes out. If you received any job offers, you will be notified via an action item titled View Job Offers. If you did not receive any offers, you will have a generic action item titled Coach Carousel. Pressing the action item will take you to the Coach Carousel screen where you can view any job offers you have, as well as all of the open jobs around the country. Just because you didn't receive any offers in the first week of bowl season, or if you didn't like the offers you received, doesn't mean your carousel experience is over. Remember, the Coach Carousel takes place over the course of multiple weeks. The first week of bowl season is just the beginning. As schools hire and poach coaches from other schools, their previous jobs will become available as the unexpected job opening, and the school will look to hire a replacement the following week. When viewing a job offer, though, you will see the school's new head coach's preferences, what happened to their previous coach, and who the top candidates are for the job. You will also see the contract they are offering you and what the contract expectations are. Make sure you read those. Once you accept an offer, you will stay at your current school until the national championship game is completed, which is when all job changes are going to be processed. This allows you to take at least one last ride with your current team and coach any bowl games that they are playing in. So you're not going to abandon those players until after the completion of the season. Then there will be a countdown in the top right corner of your Dynasty Hub informing you how many weeks are remaining until you change jobs. If you accept a head coach position, you will be able to manage your staff and hire coordinators at your new school during the rest of the carousel period. If you are fired or your contract expired and you do not accept a new job before the end of the carousel, you will be automatically placed on a new team after the national championship game. How do schools determine who they want to hire? Well, each school has a school persona, which determines what they are looking for in their next coach. Schools will evaluate candidates across the following criteria. One is level. The higher a coach's level, the more powerful they are and the more abilities they have. Schools are always looking for the highest caliber coach they can find. Second will be scheme. Certain schools, like the military academies, want a coach who runs a specific style of offense or defense. Next is archetype. Schools do have a preference on the type of coach they are looking to hire. Just like the real world, blue bloods prefer elite coaches who are a program builder or a CEO. They will migrate toward those types of entities of coaches. Fourth option is pipeline. All coaches have a primary pipeline, which provides a boost in recruiting. This is meant to simulate an area of the country where they have a strong tie in relationship in recruiting. Schools prefer coaches whose primary pipeline is in the same one as the school's recruiting pipelines. And last is coach prestige. A coach's prestige is compared against the school's team's prestige. A 5-star program is not going to hire a coach who is mid and only a C- coach prestige. You are not getting that job if you're at a mid-level job currently. You've got to climb the ranks. Together, these form an overall school fit score, which is then used to generate a list of candidates for the job. The school will then extend an offer to one of the coaches, one of the candidates. Game theory and domino effect. It's important to keep in mind the domino effect when you're evaluating whether or not to accept a job. Just because a job isn't open today doesn't mean it won't be available next week. You can view all the current job openings by using the All Openings filter in the Coach Carousel screen. Every open job will list out the top candidates the school is targeting. Once the week is advanced, though, one of these 3 candidates will leave their current job and accept the open job. This allows you to predict which jobs may be available next week. You can also view all of the coach movements across the college football world in the Staff Move screen. The Staff Move screen can be accessed via the Staff Moves action item in the Dynasty Hub. Staff moves show all the coaches who changed jobs, their former or new team, and the reason for leaving. So right here is a look at the Coach Carousel Memphis Tigers, 2-star program, shows their overall 83, 82, 84. Last season they were 6-6. New coach preference, they would prefer someone who's a strategist, offensive scheme spread offense, base 4-3. They don't care what the alma mater is. It does show the previous head coach was Bill Straight. He was a scheme guru. Found a new job. So I'm going somewhere else. I'm getting the hell out of Dodge. And then it does show the top candidates. All 3 of them are current head coaches. Shows where their previous stops are. Oregon State. Can't make out the second one, and then Charlotte. So, you've got some input there on what's going on as they move around. Next one we're going to look at is Ole Miss. This shows all the openings. Looks like they're looking for a head coach in D.C. at Ball State. Fresno's looking for a head coach. You've got Hawaii, Kent State, North Texas, Oklahoma State, Ole Miss, head coach D.C., head coach at Rice, head coach at Vandy, head coach at Virginia, head coach at Coastal Carolina, head coach at Georgia Southern. So anyway, Ole Miss is a 4-star program, 85 overall, 86 offense, 85 defense. Last season they went 12-1. 12-1 looking for a new head coach. They're looking for a strategist, prefer someone with a spread scheme, base 3-4 defense. Their previous coach, James Turner, left to go to a new job. So the 3 candidates are Ratliff, Webb, and Cooper. All 3 of those have previous head coaching experience. So looking for a job upgrade, that's where, you can go and find that information. And then finally, we get the staff move screen. And here it just shows you a list of where everybody went, from head coaches to offensive coordinators to defensive coordinators. It's going to let you know someone was fired. Multiple guys are hired. TCU's OC retired. Tennessee's DC went to the NFL. Highlighted here at the top was Anthony Bates. He's a level 25 motivator. He was on the hot seat as the head coach and got fired. Looks like his offensive scheme was a pistol. Defensive scheme is a 3-3-5. Alma mater's Army. And then you see that he went 4-8. So they weren't happy with his lack of success. And he was 1-2 against the top 25 and 1-2 against rivals. So they got rid of him. They're not going to wait around. These teams are just as impatient as real life teams, Next up, let's see. Managing your staff. As a head coach, you will now have the opportunity to manage your staff and hire and fire your coordinators. Remember, coach archetype system does not allow you to be great at everything, making who you surround yourself with that much more important. Staff management is your opportunity to build the staff the way you want in an effort to put yourself in the best position to succeed as a program. But you're fired. Managing your staff starts during conference championship week. During this week, you'll be able to fire your coordinators. Be careful because this is the only week you can do this. After this week, you are unable to replace a coordinator unless they are hired away by another school. So the only time that you can fire your coordinator is after the championship week. Manage your staff starts during championship week. During that week, you'll be able to fire your coordinator. So championship week is when you can fire somebody. Your coordinators will not leave unless you fire them or they are hired by another school. Every coordinator has a standard 2-year contract. Once their contract expires, it will be automatically renewed for another 2 years. Of course, if you don't like them, you can always tell them they're fired. If your coordinator has 1 year or less remaining on their current contract, there is a chance they will be poached and leave for another school. If this happens during a carousel, you will have the opportunity to hire a replacement. Bear in mind, though, these guys have relationships with current players on your roster, too. So they do have, some links. So you got to be careful just firing guys willy-nilly. It could impact some of the players on your roster, and they might leave and jump into transfer portal. Now, this next one is going to be welcome to the team. Starting bowl week 1, you can hire new coordinators if you have an open position. When you go to hire a new coordinator, you'll be presented with a curated list of candidates. These coaches are chosen for you based on the needs of your school. The logic that is used to determine the list is similar to the AI school logic to determine the top candidates. When looking at a candidate, you will be able to see their current school, active archetype, coach level, and what schools are interested in them. These are the schools you would be competing with if you made them a job offer. You can also view the coach's talent tree so you can drill down more deeply and see whether or not they're a good fit for your staff. When you make an offer to a coach, it's not a guarantee they will accept it either. You can only offer one coach per position each week, and once you have offered them, they will appear in your staff management screen with an offer tag. When you advance the week and re-enter the screen, you will find out whether or not they accepted your offer. If they did, they will join the program after the national championship game when all coaching moves are processed. If they reject your offer, you will have the opportunity to offer another coach. You will always have at least one coach available to hire who does not require you to compete with another school. If at the end of the carousel you have not been able to fill an open position, you will automatically be given a new coordinator that is on par with the current caliber of your program. So if no one wants to come work for you, they're still going to give you someone by default. And then here's a couple of screenshots. It shows, job open, looking to hire a coach available next week. Staff management, head coach Jackson Anderson. OC is Joe Casey. He's a D+. And your defensive coordinator, you're looking for somebody. And then you see here's some candidates. Danny White, Pipeline, North Texas. You can hit the tab and see his talent tree. So you're going to see your list of candidates here. You can hire away a head coach, DCs, whatever. So you have multiple options for sure. And I think that's it. I mean, you've got that screenshot there. Hire staff, which we already looked at, and that one. So that wraps this up. This is the Coach's Deep Dive. We'll move on to a new video subset tomorrow. But this is how you're going to start your dynasty. You've got to choose wisely right from the jump. What are you going to do? You going to put all your eggs in one basket and be a top-notch recruiter and hire an OC and DC that are also recruiters? You going to be a motivator? You're going to be able to talk your guys into running through a wall for you? Is that going to be what you're tasked with? You going to be a master tactician, X's and O's, Bobby Petrino type? Gus Malzahn? Those type of coaches? I mean, or are you going to, like I've alluded to, I'm probably going to be a recruiter. Give me all those perks. At the end of the day, it's all about Jimmys and Joes. X's and O's only go so far. You can win games with them. It's the talent that you have on your roster. Just like, to win national championships, Bud Elliott has this formula. And it tells you, if you ain't got 4 and 5 stars, you ain't got no chance of winning a national championship. I don't care what you're doing in the transfer portal, what you do. You have to have 4 and 5 star players to win. And that's it. You've got to have players. You got to have studs. Yes, you can win games with 2 stars. You can sit there and they'll jump up and surprise you. And, you can't build your roster on 2 stars. You got to go get talent. And to do that, you got to be a recruiter. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Give me some information. Let me know how you guys are going to approach all this. Are you going to be a recruiter, motivator, tactician? What path are you going to go down? And then from there, there's a bunch of different archetypes and career paths and moves and strategy that you can do. So at the end of the day, there's not always just one path to get to the end. You've got different roles, different paths. It's going to be fun as everyone, goes in different directions and tries to figure this mini game, because that's what this is. Recruiting is a mini game. You're trying to convince guys you got to sell yourself, you got to sell your program. It's going to be so entertaining, so much fun. The replayability of this game is going to be amazing. Blown away going through the blog today. I mean, my mouth dropped to the ground. I watched the 5-minute video of Kirk Herbstreit. Whatever. Nice, breakdown. But as soon as that video is over and the countdown ended and, 11 o'clock, I'm going to EA Sports website and I'm looking at that blog and I'm going, are you kidding me? And I'm trying to read it and work at the same time and multitasking and doing poorly at it. Scribbling down notes, sending out tweets left and right. Leave work early to come home to finish reading it. Run some errands, and then here I am making my second video of the night. So if you stayed on and watched this, I mean, we're 25 minutes in. Bless your heart. I mean, you're here for the long haul, just like I am. You enjoy college football. This allows me to get away and have some fun with some friends and family. So here I am. Thank you guys for staying to the end of this video. I appreciate it. We're going to have some more videos coming in the near future. EA should be dropping stuff about Road to Glory, Team Builder, Road to the Playoffs. I've got some work to do. I mean, I've got cut ups after cut up to sit here and edit videos and get all this stuff in. I'm looking at this video, man. I love this press conference, that background, man, that SMU with that white D, the new Dallas logo they've got, the swag. Man, I wish SMU wasn't in the damn ACC. I might roll with them in a dynasty. I mean, they've got the state of Texas, and reading through that, I don't want to give away no secrets, but you've got to be in one of them hot pipeline states: Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, Texas, California, Ohio. You've got to be in a recruiting hotbed, man, if you're going to have success in this dynasty and the way this is rolling. Yeah, you could have some pipeline states, but if you want to be a big dog, you got to go California, Texas, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, Ohio. Maybe Pennsylvania might be mixed in there, but that's the recruiting hotbeds for sure. That's not going to change. That's where in real life you go get the best players. So anyway, end of the day, go down below, comment. Let me know how you guys feel. Hit like and subscribe. I will be back with more videos tomorrow, man. Ferdo Kings. And I'm out.